What's up, everybody? Jody here with the Bass Nerds, and I wanted to do a little demo on a bass I had recently built for me. This here is the Serek basses Midwestern 2. If you've listened to the podcast at all or follow our Instagram, you know we're buddies with Jake over there at Serek Basses. And after playing a few of his instruments and checking out the shop, I decided to have one custom built for me. This is the very first custom built bass I've had that I personally have spec'd out. It's a little different, I think, than some of his other Midwestern 2s, and I'll go through those specs in a moment. I've had this bass for probably a little over a year now. Really fallen in love with it. Great playing, great sounding instrument, and really, well built if you're at all familiar with Serek basses. Right off the top, different finish than I think you usually find on a lot of basses. This is a gold or chartreuse gold sparkle with a light to medium relic finish. If you can see there, it's got a lot of checking in the body, which is something I specifically asked for. That I actually referenced a 75P bass I have. I sent some pictures over that has a lot of checking on it as a reference for the finish on this bass. So there's a couple little dings and some wear marks here, which is absolutely 100% what I wanted. This is an alder body. If you go with, I think, the swamp ash body, you usually can see the wood grain, or there's like a little three-dimensional wood grain in the finish. You'll see a lot of those in the Serek basses, and I wanted a really smooth finish on mine. Spec that I really wanted was the stack knob, kind of like a early 60s jazz bass with volume up top, and the bottom would be tone controls. So volume for the front pickup, volume for the back pickup, and then separate tone controls. No pick guard. Why would you want to cover up that beautiful chartreuse gold relic finish? I believe this is a hip shot bridge. I spoke with my buddy Pete over at Aguilar. If you follow the Aguilar channel at all, you'll see Pete doing a lot of interviews and demos on their stuff. I reached out to him because I was looking for a quiet, yet kind of vintage sounding pickup, and he recommended the DCB pickups, and they do not disappoint. Nice and quiet, great tone. This is a completely passive bass. You see there's no EQ on it. Another major feature that was very important to me was an ebony fretboard. So we've got the ebony board. I took the truss rod plate off to make a neck adjustment and didn't put it back on, but it usually says Serek up here. Matching relic headstock as well. The hip shot tuners in the back here. Roasted maple neck. Another key feature that is very important to me as a personal preference is to have a nice, really smooth kind of oil finish neck. I'm not a fan of painted necks. I feel like my hands get sweaty and it gets sticky. So I like a really smooth finish on the neck. I believe we got side dot markers. Yeah, side dot markers here. The relicing and checking also goes through the back of the bass as well. This is a 30.5 scale length, so it's a short scale, which you can just rip on these basses. They're really great, and pretty simple in the back here, other than the relicing finish. This bass has a bolt-on neck. I know a lot of the Midwesterns have set necks. I can't really articulate why I want a bolt-on neck, but I feel like pretty much all instruments I've ever owned have been bolt-on necks, and that's just what I wanted. Other than that, pretty straightforward. A passive instrument, but this thing really rips. I love it. I can't say enough, give enough thanks to Jake for getting it done. So I'm just going to go through a bunch of different settings and different playing styles so you can get a better idea of what the Midwestern 2 from Serek basses sounds like. I'm going to go through the Bergantino Forte HP head through a 212 cabinet. I think I'm just probably going to get a DI signal out of it, and yeah, let's see what this thing sounds like. Well, hopefully you've got a better idea of what the Serek Midwestern 2 bass sounds like with the Aguilar DCB pickups. If you're at all interested in getting a custom built bass by Serek, go ahead and reach out to him. We'll put the website down below. I know by the time this comes out, I'm sure his most recent batch of Grand basses has dropped. Another cool, they got like a fuzz circuit built into them, so those are very cool basses. He's got a bunch of different designs out there. He's even got some basses that are reminiscent of like old Alembic basses. So yeah, if you got any questions or comments, put them down below. I hope you dig the bass, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.